Michael's Tips and Tricks.
Hey everybody, it's Michael with some tips and tricks. Today we're going to talk about C-stand setup. So what we do, we put it up on our shoulder like this. When it comes to setting up the legs, you just kind of rotate it around. There you go. Then you tighten it up. Now if you notice sometimes when you set it on the ground, some of the legs are still a little loose. And if you have one of these with the twist lock, you want to just kind of rock it back and forth, and look, you can get a couple extra twists out of it right there. Some of them have the little spring-loaded ones that you pull, and that locks pretty good. And some of them even don't have any lock, and so the legs lock themselves. So just make sure they're secure.
The big leg.
The next thing you want to talk about is you always want to point the big leg toward your talent or whatever subject you're shooting here. So that prevents the C-stand from falling over. If you, for example, point the little leg and you have some big weight here, it can fall over that way as well. So you always want to point the big leg toward the talent. That way, it's not going to fall to the talent because that big leg is there.
Sandbags.
And of course, we always want to use our sandbag. We go ahead and drop the sandbag on, and that holds the stand in place. If it's a windy day, you want to use more than one sandbag. Now this is great, but if you're in grass, sometimes the grass is so fluffy, it's going to lift up that sandbag. So it's not securely holding the sand down. So if you have the sandbag supported by grass, it's going to not make this sandbag effective in keeping the stand steady. So what we do is, if you're in the grass, you can toss it over here, you can toss it around this way. That way, the grass is not holding it up. So we're gonna go ahead and put the sandbag right there.
Grip head on the right.
So you always want the grip heads on the right side. So if you're standing there behind the C-stand with the big leg pointing toward your subject, the grip heads are going to be on the right side. So basically when you set it up and you tighten it, because you're going in that direction, the weight is going to tighten more as it falls down. So if you have it reversed, sometimes it can get loose and come on down. When raising a C-stand, you always want to raise the C-stand starting with the top level. So the top riser, you raise it up, you tighten it. The bottom one, you go up more. Okay? Now, for example, if you use the bottom one first, it goes up. Now you want to go a little bit higher. It's way up here. You're working over your head. That's not a good place to be. So you want to keep that safe.
Flags, floppies, reflectors, scrims.
Another thing, when we're using a flag, we want to go ahead, put the flag in, and we want to put it down over the leg so it's got support. Now say for example we need the flag turned this way. Well, if you bring this all the way through and rotate it, now your knuckles get stuck right here. So you don't want that. So if you just bring it up just a little, don't push it all the way through, give it a little bit of clearance, then tighten it down, you're all set.
Last but not least.
Once again, when we're out on a shoot and it's a windy day, even with sandbags, sometimes the wind can catch it and blow over the C-stand. You want to be real safe. If you see one going over, you want to either try to grab it or you want to yell for everyone to duck. But keep an eye out for yourself, keep an eye out for your coworkers. And we'll see you next time on Michael's Tips and Tricks.